So here we go. We are going to start the discussion now. I hope you have gone through all the questions. There are 4 questions in this case, 1 paragraph and 4 questions. Please remember, OET Part C will have around 8 paragraphs in a Part C extract. If you are a beginner, please understand. This is very important to understand. OET has got listening, reading, writing, and speaking. You know that. In the reading area, I'm only talking about reading area. It has got Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A has got 20 questions, and 4 extracts will be there. Small text will be there. That is Part A. Part B will be having 6 extracts and 6 questions from each of them. I mean, from all of them. And then Part C has got 2 long extracts. 2 long extracts, and there will be around 18, I think, yeah, 16 questions from both of them. I'm not sure about this number. I think I am a bit confused about that. It's either 16 or 18. And now, what is your idea, Sona? How many questions are there from the C part?
16, sir.
16, yeah, that is correct, yeah. So we have part A has got 20 questions, Part B has got like 6 questions, and Part C has got, this is the order of questions in Part A, B, C reading. I'm talking only about Part C right now, and during our morning classes, 9:30 classes, we will be focusing more on Part C. The reason being, Part C is the most difficult one for most of the students. For Part A, we will be having a method which everybody has to learn. So we will be discussing Part A during the 12 p.m. session. So please don't miss the class. That class is also very important. So we'll be seeing that. Now, in Part C, as I told you, there are only 2 extracts. Both these extracts will be having around 8 or 9 paragraphs. And this is one of the paragraphs. There will be more paragraphs. And from each paragraph, you'll be having only one.
Recording it.
Yes, it is being recorded. Yes. Okay, listen to me. So there will be one question from each paragraph. Remember that. Sometimes they will mention which paragraph it is. For example, from the first paragraph, you can see here. They will show you from the first paragraph, second paragraph. But sometimes you will not see any paragraph reference. That will be more confusing for you. Okay, that will be more time consuming also for you. So fine. So today, let me just start with the first one, 7.1. Let's discuss that. Let's see how many of you got this right answer. Okay. According to the first paragraph, sleep problems. Sleep problems means insomnia. No, we cannot say that. Insomnia is not the only sleep problem. There are other sleep problems. We are eliminating that. So we are using elimination method for that. Elimination method, that is known as E1 method. We will see more about the methods later on. There are millions of sleep problems. No, it's not said that way. Millions of people are having sleep problems, but it is not like millions of sleep problems are there. No, we don't think that there are millions of sleep problems. There are sleep problems, but they are not millions. They are just hundreds, probably. Okay, sleep problems affect millions of people in every country. No, even that is also incorrect, because the population of Vatican, which is also a country, is just 1,000 or something. That doesn't have 1 million. 1 million means in Indian standards, 1 million is like 10 lakhs. Okay, so even some other countries, like, I don't think that some countries like Fiji, if it is a country, Fiji may not be having 1 million population. So sleep problems affect millions of people in every country. No way, no way, no way. It is not correct. Millions of people in every country is also incorrect here. So we have eliminated all the 3 options. And if you are very sure that these are 100% eliminated, then there is no need to think about this one. This will be the right answer. You don't have to think about it. Just since you have eliminated 3 options, the only one will be this one. D is going to be the right answer. But I will just give you an explanation for that. Why is D the right one? Sleep problems are not without other health concerns. See, not without. This will always confuse people. Not is a negative word. Without is also a negative word. Why? Because out. With means it's positive. Without is negative. So I have told you, when there are two negatives, what we have to do is we have to eliminate both the negatives. So how will you get the answer? Sleep problems are with other health concerns. I hope it's going to be clear to you. So we have applied two methods in this case. One is elimination method and the other one is N2 method. Elimination is known as E1 method. This is known as N2 method. What is N2 method? When there are two negatives in a paragraph, sorry, in a statement, you have to eliminate both the negatives or convert them into positive. Sleep problems are not without, see, other health concerns. That means sleep problems are with other health concerns. How do you get the answer? Millions of people who suffer sleep problems also suffer other health burdens, health problems. That means millions of people who suffer sleep problems, that is a reality, they also suffer other health issues. So look at the D. Here you will understand sleep problems are with other health concerns. That means if Dio is having any sleep problems, he may also be having other health concerns because he is not sleeping properly. He cannot concentrate properly. That is one concern. Okay, so many things are there. So that is how we have applied E1 method and N2 method. There are other methods also. Please learn this. Watch this video maybe more than just once. Watch it again and again because this is completely new idea for many of you. Because the problem you are failing in listening is you are using your the normal intelligence. You are not updating your intelligence. You are using the same method that with which you were born. You have to upgrade your methods. So we have done these two. Anybody having any questions, please ask me. If you have any concerns, please ask me. Any disagreement with me, please ask me. Otherwise, we are moving to the next one. Second one, 7.2. Sorry, we are going to 7.2. Fine. Come up. 7.2. Which of the following groups has a problem not related to sleep? I think everybody got the correct answer for this because it was not a very difficult one. I have made 4 groups: emotional distress plus cognitive impairments. Cognitive impairments and high blood pressure and obesity, metabolic syndrome and epilepsy. Out of this, which of the groups has got one which is not connected? Is epilepsy mentioned anywhere? Is epilepsy mentioned anywhere? Can you find epilepsy anywhere? Fits or epilepsy anywhere?
No, sir.
Okay. High blood pressure and obesity, are they both present somewhere? Yeah. High blood pressure
Yes.
is there and obesity is also there. Metabolic syndrome is there. But this and epilepsy are not connected. I think everybody got the correct answer for this. Can I know, just to see the intelligence of my students, can I know how many of you got D as the correct answer? Will you please raise your hands? D as the right answer. Very simple question it was. D was the right answer. So epilepsy is the only one which is okay. Which of the following groups has a problem not related to sleep? So this is a not kind of a question, not kind of question, exceptional question. So whenever you are asked this kind of not kind of questions, you have to eliminate the correct answers, then you will be getting the incorrect one, which is the correct one. Fine, I think I didn't confuse you. Going to the next one, we have 7.3 here. Let's discuss that. 7.3. If Van Cotter is to be believed, there is not a system in the body that is affected by sleep disorders. No system in the body is affected by sleep disorders. Sleep disorders do not affect any bodily systems. All systems in the body are affected by sleep disorders. Okay, where do you find the answer? In the studies we have done, almost every variable we measured was affected. There is not a system in the body that is not affected by sleep. Right? We are going to use the N2 method once again. What is N2 method? That is negative method. Negative method means when there are double negatives, the meaning will be positive. There is not a system in the body that is not affected. I will show you how to deal with that. This one is having two negatives. There is not. And there is another one, another negative is here. There is not a system in the body that's not affected. So let's remove the two negatives. Not gone, not gone. So read this one. There is a system in the body that is affected by sleep. So there is not a system in the body that is not affected by sleep will be translated into there are systems in the body that is affected by sleep. That means there is not a system in the body. There is not a system. That means all the systems in the body are affected by. So I'll give you another statement which will be easy for you to understand. There is not a participant. There is not a participant in this class who has not heard of the UK. Okay, I think everybody has heard about the UK. There is not a participant in this class who has not heard of. So let's remove the not here. There is a participant in this class who has say heard of. That means there is a participant in this class, or all the participants in this class have heard of the UK. So two negatives will be giving you a completely confusing feeling. So whenever you have these two negatives, be careful. You have to remove both the negatives and you have to understand that easily. So that is it. So here, if Ivan Cotter is to be believed, there is not a system in the body that is affected by it. So actually, where is the not? The not is missing here. Therefore, this statement is incorrect. No system in the body is affected by sleep disorders. No, that's absolutely incorrect. That means no participant in this class has heard about UK. No participant in this class has heard about UK. That is completely incorrect, you know. Sleep disorders do not affect any bodily systems. Oh, no, because the statement is very clearly saying here, there is not a system in the body that is not affected by sleep. Same as there is not a participant in this class who has not heard about blood and paracetamol. Every nurse has heard about paracetamol. So there is not a participant in this class who has not heard about paracetamol. That means every participant in this class has heard about paracetamol. So are you getting the idea of the negative method, please, all of you? I hope you are getting. Alvin, very clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I'm just asking only one or two people because nobody else is answering. Okay, good. So fine, all systems in the body are affected by sleep disorders is equal to all the participants in this class have heard about paracetamol. So that is equal to the same thing. There is not a participant in this class who has not heard about paracetamol. I hope you are getting this point very well. And the answer will be all systems in the body are affected by sleep disorders will be the correct one. How many of you got this one, please? How many of you got this one? Please raise your hand. Majority of you got it, but not all of them. Only 12 out of 31. See, please take this as a great opportunity for you. Maybe some of you will be feeling very bad. Oh, I'm not getting good score. The reasons are, there are three reasons for that. Reason number one, you are a beginner. Okay, so be happy about that. A beginner is somebody who has not even completed 1 month of training. Second one, you don't accept other people's opinions. Are you one of that? You should be like butter. Butter. Butter means it is always ready to change its shape. Are you something like that? Okay, you have to change that way. It's very important to accept other people's opinions. Some people don't accept other people's opinions. They always think that my opinion is the last opinion. They're like Julius Caesar. Okay, so they never change their opinions. So please, if you are one of them, please change your opinion for a few months. After passing OET, please, you become the kind of the person same as you are. Don't worry, but only for passing OET, you have to change your opinions. Please, I'm not hurting anybody's sentiments here, but you have to change your opinions, please. Okay, good. Now, there is a third one, but I forgot that. We are moving to 7.4. Let's see how many of you are going to get the score for that. Okay, let's go to this. And we have got other questions to deal with. Bodily systems start malfunctioning when we sleep too long. We sleep in a different place. We sleep after a tiresome day. We do not sleep enough. The answer is supposed to be B is the right answer. Can I know how many of you got that answer correctly? How many of you got? Please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. Yeah, that's a good one. But still 16 out of 33. I like one thing about you. You are very honest people. You are not raising the hand when you have not got a correct answer. Very good. 18 out of 33. That means other people thought something differently. We sleep too long. See, I am sleeping too long. Is that a sleep disorder? Bodily systems start malfunctioning when bodily systems start malfunctioning. What is the meaning of malfunctioning? Mal means wrongly functioning, incorrectly. Mal means always, malfunctioning is always wrongly or incorrectly functioning. When we sleep too long, did you see that? Oversleeping is not really recommended, especially for people who have obesity. But that is not very serious here. Which is more serious, sleeping too long or sleeping too less? This is a problem. And we sleep after a tiresome day. Everybody sleeps after a tiresome day. That is not mentioned in the paragraph. We sleep in a different place. Yeah, probably this really happens with many people, but that is not mentioned in this paragraph. So too long, different place, tiresome day, they are not mentioned anywhere. So we do not sleep enough. And where did you find the answer from that? Where is that? Yeah, here, look at this one. Every time we sleep deprive ourselves, things go wrong. Things go wrong. What is the meaning of things? Your bodily systems are malfunctioning. Go wrong is equal to malfunctioning. So problem was you could not find the answer because you were just looking for the exact words. Things go wrong, sleep, deprive ourselves, but you cannot find any words in this one. Here, we do not sleep enough. This is indirect kind of a question. Every time we sleep deprive. So what is the meaning of sleep deprive? Not sleeping properly, not sleeping enough, not sleeping enough. Sleep deprive. Things go wrong. Our bodily systems start malfunctioning. See, I have converted this statement into a completely different way. So I'm just checking how far you are able to cope with the same sentence in a different way. Actually, the idea is same, but you could not understand that sleep deprived is equal to not sleeping enough. And you also did not notice that every time we sleep deprived, things go wrong is equal to systems start malfunctioning. I think now you agree with me. How many of you, after this, totally agree with me with 7.4 answer being B? How many of you totally agree with me now? It takes time for you to agree with me. All right. 19 out of 33. Or maybe 20 out of 33 people have. Maybe some of you do not know how to raise the hand. That could be the reason. So please, slowly, you start agreeing with me. So maybe some of you are asking this question, why should we agree with you? How do you know that you are right? Did anybody ask that question to me? I am right. I am right because the reason is not because I am more educated than you. Please, I'm openly speaking to you because I want you to pass OET. The problem is I have seen the world more than you have seen because I am double your age. Can you believe that? I mean, you can believe that because experience, age, these things make your intellect sharper. Okay, so please, you understand. And I always agree with my students when they point out my mistake. That is the second reason why I am sure that I am right. So please agree with me and change your way of thinking according to my way of thinking. Only for passing OET. After that, you can just forget everything. Fine. So we have completed all these things. Now it's time for us to go to a bit of listening. So are you ready for some listening now? Please take a notebook, all of you who are watching this as a video and those who are watching this right now, all of you have to take a notebook and a pencil, all of you now. Please take, we are going to a little bit of listening thing right now. Listening. A bit of listening. It's a wonderful, practice that we are going to do right now. Get ready? And here is what you are going to fill in. I hope you can all see this very clearly. You just remove all these things, unnecessary things will be here. All right, we are going to listen to a small audio. Please give me a bit of time.
Welcome to English Mellon Occupational English Test Training. You hear a patient called Mr. Patrick consulting a general practitioner. Listen to the audio several times and fill in the blanks. Please note, you can listen to the audio only once in the real exam.
Take your pencil. This time, you have to remember every word that is being spoken here. Some people contact me from, any place. And they say that, sir, my listening score is not improving. And I ask them just a single question. Are you able to understand the audio that you hear? Yes, I understand. Then I keep on asking them more questions. And then finally, I come to know that they understand, but they understand only 95%. They don't understand all the words in the audio. If you don't understand all the words in the audio, how are you going to write the answers? So the step number one is you have to complete the GAPS exercise that is part of every day. Daily we have GAPS exercise and you have to do the GAPS exercise. And this is what is meant by GAPS exercise. What is that? You can listen to this audio only three times, repeatedly. And you have to fill in the blanks. So you will hear words and you will hear another word and the speed is very high. Speed is very high. You won't be able to write any single word. But at the end of these three rounds, you will be able to memorize them and write the answers. So this is going to give you a high-speed training for OET listening. Let's start this now. And please get ready. You'll be able to listen to this audio maximum 3 times. You have to, there will be no pausing for this audio. You'll have to listen to this audio 3 times and write the answers on your notebook. All of you, please write your answers on your notebook. You can just write the numbers 1, okay, 2, 3, 4. Just write the numbers and write the words. Like for example, certainly about dash. you will not get the time to write this answer because very soon the next word will be heard. Then you will be after this word. So what you can do is you can write the first two letters, first two, three letters of the first word that you hear. If there are two words, for example, OET exam. So just write OET and then E. That's enough. Or this much. Fine. All the best. We are going to start now. Going to start. Get ready.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick. How are you feeling today?
I've been experiencing some concerning symptoms lately.
I see. Can you please elaborate on what you've been experiencing?
Certainly. About 10 days ago, I started having difficulty breathing. Along with that, I've been dealing with bone pain, muscle pain, and weakness. I've also noticed tingling in my hands and feet, and sometimes I find myself waddling. Additionally, I've been experiencing muscle twitches or tremors, fatigue, and mood changes.
Those are indeed quite a few symptoms. Have you been taking any medication for them?
No, I haven't taken anything specifically for these symptoms. I thought they might just pass, but they seem to be getting worse.
I understand. Before we jump to any conclusions, could you tell me a bit about your lifestyle, habits, and hobbies? It might give us some insight into what could be causing these symptoms.
Of course, I'm a mathematician originally from Germany, but I've been living here in Sydney for the past few years. My work involves a lot of indoor activities, and I do spend quite a bit of time in front of my computer. I try to get out for walks when I can, but lately I've been feeling too weak to do much physical activity.
Thank you for sharing that. Based on your symptoms and lifestyle,
Please complete the answers. Please complete the answers from your memory. You're going to listen to this audio a second time. I know it is not very easy for you to do this, but if you complete this kind of a training for at least 1 month, your listening problems will be 100% solved. So please, let's listen to this audio a second time.
Times and fill in the blanks. Please note, you can listen to the audio only once in the real exam.
good morning, Mr. Patrick. How are you feeling today?
I've been experiencing some concerning symptoms lately.
I see. Can you please elaborate on what you've been experiencing?
Certainly. About 10 days ago, I started having difficulty breathing. Along with that, I've been dealing with bone pain, muscle pain, and weakness. I've also noticed tingling in my hands and feet, and sometimes I find myself waddling. Additionally, I've been experiencing muscle twitches or tremors, fatigue, and mood changes.
Those are indeed quite a few symptoms. Have you been taking any medication for them?
No, I haven't taken anything specifically for these symptoms. I thought they might just pass, but they seem to be getting worse.
I understand. Before we jump to any conclusions, could you tell me a bit about your lifestyle, habits, and hobbies? It might give us some insight into what could be causing these symptoms.
Of course, I'm a mathematician originally from Germany, but I've been living here in Sydney for the past few years. My work involves a lot of indoor activities, and I do spend quite a bit of time in front of my computer. I try to get out for walks when I can, but lately I've been feeling too weak to do much physical activity.
Thank you for sharing that. Based
You have 1 more minute to complete these answers. Please complete from your memory. So your time is getting over. How many of you have completed at least out of 15? How many of you have completed at least 14? Please raise your hands. Those who have completed at least 14, please raise your hands. (19 out of 36). This shows that your speed is still a problem. So we are going to listen to this audio a last time. After that, I'll be showing you the right answers. The correct answers will be shown here.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick. How are you feeling today?
I've been experiencing some concerning symptoms lately.
I see. Can you please elaborate on what you've been experiencing?
Certainly. About 10 days ago, I started having difficulty breathing. Along with that, I've been dealing with bone pain, muscle pain, and weakness. I've also noticed tingling in my hands and feet, and sometimes I find myself waddling. Additionally, I've been experiencing muscle twitches or tremors, fatigue, and mood changes.
Those are indeed quite a few symptoms. Have you been taking any medication for them?
No, I haven't taken anything specifically for these symptoms. I thought they might just pass, but they seem to be getting worse.
I understand. Before we jump to any conclusions, could you tell me a bit about your lifestyle, habits, and hobbies? It might give us some insight into what could be causing these symptoms.
Of course, I'm a mathematician originally from Germany, but I've been living here in Sydney for the past few years. My work involves a lot of indoor activities, and I do spend quite a bit of time in front of my computer. I try to get out for walks when I can, but lately I've been feeling too weak to do much physical activity.
Thank you for sharing that.
You have 30 seconds to complete the answers. And those who have done all the questions, all the gaps, please raise your hands. At least 14 out of 15, please raise your hands. All of you who have done minimum 14 out of 15? Please raise your hands. All right, good. 24 out of 36, that is around 10. 10 of you could not do that. Please put your hands down. Please check your answers and let's have a look at this now. Please check your answers. Spelling is very important. You will not get a score if there is any spelling mistake. Teachers, it has got TWITCHES. Mathematician will have MATHE. You lose mark if you don't write correctly. Indoor activities. Indoor is a single word. Don't write indoor. Computer. If you wrote C capital, you lost. If you wrote 2T capital, you lost. If you wrote P capital, you lost. Fine. Okay, so can I know how many of you got? At least 13 out of 14, sorry, 13 out of 15, please raise your hands. Those who got 13, a minimum of 13 out of 15, please raise your hands. Good. See, this is a great message for everybody. If your score did not reach 13, minimum 13, but you should really always get 15 out of 15 is mandatory for passing listening. So the conclusion of this listening session is, if your score is not good, it means you are actually not supposed to start sample papers now. You have to write the transcription. Transcription is the most important one. So please, everybody, you have to complete 50 gaps exercise that we are providing. This is the 26th gaps exercise. You'll be getting the complete gaps exercise in the groups. So please wait for that. You'll be getting the whole gaps exercise of today will be getting with the full audio also would be available. You have to complete this kind of task, only then you will be able to get a good score in listening. So please, these are the best ways to prepare yourself. So if you don't follow these, nobody can give you a guarantee about your passing OET. We have to go to the remaining part of this today. Just a bit more, a small paragraph for you. And this is, we are once again back to reading now. Let's start reading the second paragraph of the same extract. Here is a paragraph, and here are the questions. Those who are tired, they can take a break. This class is being recorded. Anytime you can leave this class, you can come back to this class, or you can watch the videos. Please complete this now. All right, we are starting. So, based on the correct answers, please feel encouraged. Don't feel bad. Maybe your answers may be wrong. Maybe you won't be getting good score as you expected. So we have to go to this. Question number 1, 18.1. According to the second paragraph, yes, this is the second paragraph. Sleep scientists were wrong. Were they wrong? Were they wrong? It very clearly says, but it wasn't wrong. But it wasn't wrong. It wasn't. What wasn't wrong? The older theories were. A common refrain among sleep scientists about 2 decades ago. 1 decade is equal to 10 years. 2 decades means 20 years ago. So 20 years is not such a past. Recent past was that sleep was performed by the brain in the interest of the brain. That means sleep was happening inside the brain, having no outside effect. That wasn't fully elaborated theory. That wasn't a fully elaborated theory. Like Aishwarya is not fully prepared for the exam. Aishwarya is not fully prepared for the exam means she is prepared, but not fully prepared. Maybe with this much preparation, she can even pass OET, but she is not fully prepared. A full preparation means when the preparation is done to get the full mark. Even without full preparation, you can pass OET because they want only C plus and B. They don't want A. So understand the logic behind everything. Okay, but it wasn't wrong. Okay, okay. So for this reason, sleep scientists were wrong is first of all incorrect. We cannot go with the first one. Second one, sleep scientists of modern days are not as competent as those of the olden days. What does it mean? Sleep scientists of modern days are not as competent as those of the olden days. Can you find any kind of a comparison here? Aishwarya is not as competent as Alvin. Is there a comparison now? No, there is no comparison at all. Like worst, good, better, best. This kind of comparisons are not there anywhere. Sleep scientists of modern days are not as competent. Especially it says that they are not as competent. If you apply our common sense, we know that science is developing every day. So science of 2024 will be much advanced than science of 2014 or 2004 because every day science is having a lot of improvement with the new technology. So it will always be going up, never down. That is our personal opinion. We are not supposed to use our personal opinion in our reading, but still sometimes we have to. So there is no comparison mentioned here. Third one, modern day sleep scientists have not discovered anything new. Do you think they have not discovered anything new? It is nowhere mentioned. It's nowhere mentioned. Okay, the modern day sleep scientists brought about more clarity to the theories of the recent past. Recent past means 2 decades ago. Recent past. The modern day sleep scientists, yes, that is completely mentioned, brought about more clarity. What did they bring? More clarity to the theories of this. So where is the more clarity mentioned here? Here it is. Okay. Numerous recent studies have hinted at the purpose of sleep by confirming that neurological function and cognition are messed up during sleep loss. That means when you read the whole thing together, that wasn't fully elaborated theory. That wasn't fully elaborated theory, but the modern day scientists have tried to elaborate that much better. But it wasn't wrong. But today they have made it more correctly. So when you read the whole thing together, we can feel that the modern day deep sleep scientists brought about more clarity to the theories of the recent past is the exact answer here. How many of you got D as the right one, will you please raise your hands? D. 12, 13, 15, 17 out of 36, 18 out of 36 of you have done. That is something great. So please, we are going to have the last question for today's morning session, reading session. After this, we'll be having the writing part. The recent studies on sleep have questioned the old theories. We cannot see that they questioned. Supported the old theories. Did they support? Yes, they support. Disqualified the older theories? No, they didn't disqualify. They perfected the old theories. So when you look at this, you can see that perfected is a good answer. Supported is also a good answer. We are getting two correct answers now. We have to eliminate one of the B or D. See, why we dismissed this possibility? They did not question at all. It was, if something is not wrong, how can you question that? If something is not wrong, if a child sees his father or mother are wrong, they will question them. But if the child sees that the father is not completely wrong, then they will not question them. Usually they will try to perfect them by giving some advice to the parents. This always happens. That same case with the parents to children, children to parents, especially when children grow up, they will try correcting their parents. Okay, here, now, disqualified is equal to questions. Both of them are having the same meaning. Now, we have got supported and perfected. Supported the old theories. Did they completely support the old theories? No. When something is not completely correct, wasn't fully elaborated theory, it was correct, but it was not completely correct. It was wrong, but it was not completely wrong. Okay, so all these things are very important. That wasn't a fully elaborated theory. So supported or perfected. When you perfect, what happens is you are elaborating it. Something was not complete, you completed it. Supporting means usually you can give a support like it can be 100% support can be given to somebody. Okay, but the percentage of support is not mentioned here. It can also be 10% support is also correct. 20% support is also correct. Even 80% support is also supported. All of them are right. That is the reason I told you B is also correct. Then perfected. Perfected means something wasn't wrong. Something was not wrong. It was not well fully elaborated. So they perfected it. Will be having a better answer. So according to me, this is going to be the correct answer. And this is only having 80%. So we are going to select this as a, sorry, D, not B, but D is the right answer here. How many of you thought D as the right one? Will you please raise your hands? D. Yeah, probably everybody thought B as the right answer. No, 12 out of 36 of you thought D, perfected as the right answer. Anyway, that is the end of this reading and listening class. We are proceeding to the writing class right now. Those who are okay with the writing, please leave this class and you can go to the booklet in which you have got the case notes. I think the case notes is completely correct. There is no problems in that one. Now you can start writing the letters. Others, especially beginners who have not completed the first month of basic training, please stay in this class. Others, you can leave this class. Those who are good at writing can leave this class now. Those who have got a personal trainer also can leave this class now. Others, please stay here because we have to go to the case notes number 26.2. It's a new case notes. Probably that will be good for all of you. Please open the booklet number 26, all of you. Booklet number 26. What's the page number, Anit? Is it 14? What's the page number? Somebody?
13.
13. Please go to page number 13. Please read the case notes completely. You cannot attend this class without the printed copy of this, or you should be having a computer or a tab or something. Only then you will be able to attend this class. If you have a tab, that's a really good thing. Use the tab. It's always good for you. Please go through the case notes. Using the information in the case notes, write a letter to Dr. Anderson Philippi, somnologist. 96. The address is given here, Australia, for further assessment and treatment. Very clear. For further assessment and treatment. So we got the purpose here. Very clearly, we got the purpose. What's the purpose of this letter? Further assessment and treatment. And we are writing this letter to Dr. So, and on what day are we writing this letter? The date of writing, imagine that today is April this. So we got the first 2-3 parameters are clear. So you can write the letter this way. The letter will start this way. Look at this, all of you. April 1st, 2024. And then we have to write the address of the recipient. We need to write the address of the recipient is very clearly here. Take this from here and copy it here and paste it here. Yes. We are writing to Dr. Yes. Remove all the commas at the end of this and remove the country name because we are writing from Australia to Australia. So we don't have to write this. So further assessment and treatment is the purpose here. So we have written the first part, the date is done and the address is done. And then we have to write, dear doctor. You know this. So far, everybody knows. Then the next line is RE line. What is that? The patient's name, we have to take Miss Sydney Chaplin is the name of the recipient. So we got it here, Miss Sydney Chaplin. Okay, semicolon is required. Remember, there is a colon required here. This is a colon, this one. Okay. So colon, and this is a semicolon. Semicolon is this one. This is semicolon, a dot and a comma at the bottom of that. Okay, don't make a mistake there. So if that is clear, we have to write the date of birth or the age. There is very clear indication of the age of the patient is very clear here. 26 years is mentioned here. Just write 26 years. 26 years. So far done. So we have done the first part or the launching part of the letter is done. Here it is. Date, address, dear, salutation, and then reference. Now we have to write the next area, that is the opening paragraph. Opening paragraph. Can somebody tell me which method is applicable here? Is it PRPDD or PRPTT? Can somebody tell me? Is it PRPDD or PRPTT? Please look at the case notes and tell me, are you discharging the patient? Are you discharging the patient to home or are you transferring the patient to another facility? Or are you discharging and transferring both?
PRPTT.
TT, transferring. Are you transferring the patient directly from your facility? Is it an emergency transfer? No.
No.
No. So there's something like you want an appointment to be scheduled. That is the reason you are writing. So you can write. So at present, is the patient going home or where is the patient right now? Can you tell me? Anybody can tell me? To see that, you have to see the last date. Patient brought by her mother. Today, symptoms are ongoing and impacting daily functioning. Referral to sleep specialist discussed. Family history is there. Then plan. There is a plan. Okay, so this is the complete plan here. And there is no emergency transfer mentioned here. So that means the patient is not admitted here. So we cannot write discharge here because you cannot discharge a patient who is not admitted. So transfer is the best one here. So what you can do is you can use the PRPTT model, just like one of you told. This is a PRPTT model letter. And what is PRPTT? Everybody knows that. Just simply write the patient's name. What's the patient's name? Okay, let me just start writing patient's name. P for patient's name. What is the patient's name? Miss Sydney Chaplin. Sydney CHA Chaplin. Yeah. Second one is R. Requires. So we have completely, forgotten our old style. I am writing this letter. Style is very old, very old and rusty. So we are just using this new method. Miss Sydney Chaplin requires. CR requires. What does she require? Let's write the purpose here. What is the purpose? Further assessment and treatment is very clear here. So let's write the purpose here, further assessment and treatment. Now we have to write the TT. T stands for transfer condition plus transfer date. Transfer date is and is ready for transfer. That's very clear. Transfer. Okay. Now, what is the transfer condition of the patient? This is only thing that may be confusing for you. What is the condition of the patient when she is here in this area? Here, the last visit was here. Patient brought by mother. Symptoms are ongoing and impacting daily functioning. Referral to sleep specialist discussed. So symptoms are ongoing. Which symptoms? Probably you have to go back. Current medication is there. March conditions persisted after a week. Which conditions? Presented with insomnia. The presenting condition is still the transferring condition. That means the patient's condition has not, symptoms have not improved. She is still having the insomnia problems and all the related problems. So it could be presented with insomnia. All right. Okay. So we have to write. Right, let's write this way. Okay, Miss Sydney Chaplin requires further assessment and treatment. She has sleep disorders. Okay, she has sleep disorders. She has worsening sleep disorders, or you can write worsening insomnia. And is ready for transfer. Miss Sydney Chaplin, P, R, purpose T, she has worsening insomnia and is ready for transfer. P, R, P, T, T. So please stop writing. I am writing this letter to refer. Refer is already here. So why do you want to write refer again? For this is to refer Miss Sydney Chaplin. Okay, no problem. But again, remember, you have very clearly written refer or referral here. So why do you want to repeat this one? I am writing this letter is very old style, 10-year-old style. So please stop that. Miss Sydney Chaplin requires what? Further assessment and management or treatment. She has worsening insomnia and is ready for transfer. Simple. We have written all the relevant information in this one. Okay. It is time for us to go to the next level. So we have done, so far, we have done two parts of this letter. One is the launching part. This part is known as the launching part of the letter, launching. In the launching part, we write DADR. What is that? Date, address, dear, referral. That is equal to date, address, dear, and referral. DADR. Don't forget this. Okay. And then second one is opening. We came to the opening paragraph where we wrote PRPTT. Sometimes, if it is a discharge letter, you write DD. If it is transfer letter, all you have to think is it a discharge letter? No. Is it a transfer letter? Yes. Then what is the method? PRPTT. Simple. So you wrote this one. Now the next is known as, the next level of the letter is known as, so please don't write opening or something like that. The next level is known as narration part. Narration part is all about, I hope you know this, narration part is all about paragraph number, para 2, 3, 4, 5, if you have a sixth one, all of them. At the end of this, we will be having signing of the letter, signing. Signing means yours sincerely or yours faithfully, that is it. So every part has got a code. What is the code for the first one? The code for the first is known as DADR. What is the second code? That is PRPDD or PRPTT. After this, we have, for the narration, we have a code known as V method or W method. V method or W method. And then for the last one, we have got S or F. Sincerely or faithfully. This is how we write a letter. Now, we have done, the first two parts are done. Now we are coming to the next one, that is V or W. Can somebody tell me which one is, okay, let's solve this area. Is it signing? Is it sincerely or faithfully? Can somebody tell me? Is it going to be? Not exactly. We started this letter with dear doctor. When you start with the dear doctor or nurse, we write faithfully will come here. Sincerely will come if you wrote the name of the doctor here, dear Dr. Sam. Suppose there is a name mentioned, there you can write sincerely. If the name of the recipient is mentioned here, we have to write sincerely. If name is not mentioned, we have to write faithfully. So don't forget that. All right.
Doctor
so
name mentioned, no, sir.
Mention, maybe you're talking about the name here, right?
Yeah, Dr. Anderson,
No.
PDP.
No, that is not the name. That is a name, but basically the salutation name is more important. Like how you saluted the recipient is the right way. Like if you wrote the the doctor's name, dear Dr. Anderson Philippi. Suppose you wrote dear Dr. Philippi, there you can write yours sincerely. But here, name is equal to, see, name is equal to sincerely. No name is equal to faithfully. And this name should come in this area, not in this area. This is a very common confusion for many people these days. Hope it is clear to you. Can I move to the next one? Now, I told you we have written the letter in a wonderful way. Now, this is the next level we have to do. Signing part is done. Signing part is very clear. Yours faithfully will be the right one. Again, yours faithfully. Yours faithfully, comma, charge nurse. That's fine. Anybody can write that, charge nurse. Now, the biggest problem is not a problem, but the biggest area is this one. We have to complete the next paragraphs now. For this paragraph, we are following one of the two methods. One is V method or W method. Can somebody tell me which is the method you are going to write, please? V or W? Can somebody tell me which one are you going to write? You are writing to a doctor and the patient's condition is almost diagnosed, but maybe more diagnosis is required. In that way, W method may be the right one, especially if there is any past medical history. Can you show me any past medical history here? Most members suffer from sleep disorders. It is not past, it is present. Father died 1 year ago after suffering Parkinson's disease and mild epilepsy. So is that connected to her condition? Father's epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, can that be a congenital problem for the patient. There is a connection there. Since father's death happened a year ago, you can consider using the W method here. Why? There are three reasons for this W method here. And what do you mean by W method? This is W method. I'll show you that W method very clearly to all of you. Okay, look at this now. This is V, one V, and one more V. We combine all the three V's. Second paragraph will be this one. We have completed the first paragraph already. We are coming to the second paragraph. This will be the second paragraph. This will be the third paragraph. This will be the fourth paragraph, which also will be in the past tense. And this will be again the last paragraph. Okay. Now listen, what is that? What do you mean by that? This is the second paragraph means you have to write all the things that happened when the patient first came. This will be the second paragraph starting. Second paragraph will be here because it is completely past tense. March 12. Then March 20 is the next one. This also will be past tense. Current medications, present tense. And April 1, that is today, that is a combination of past and present tense. So here, this is known as, so whenever you use this one, these are basically paragraphs. After writing the first paragraph, the opening paragraph, you have to come and write all the past tense, but be careful about one thing, this should be completely past tense. Then you come to this one, at present she is taking this medicine, at present she is not able to do this one, okay, all those things. And then you have to go to the past medical history. Please note that Miss Chaplin's father died a year ago after suffering Parkinson's disease, and those things will come in this area. We cannot use the word suffering, of course. Okay. Then you have to write the present tense. See, this W method will help everybody. Even if your tense is very bad, you cannot commit a mistake with the help of this W method. After this present or the opening paragraph, just go to this one and write all the information that you find in the first visit, that is here. Completely past tense is to be used here. Only past tense is allowed in this area. This also will be past tense. This also will be past tense. And then current medication, this is supposed to be in the present tense. And this will be patient brought by her mother. This will be once again past tense. Symptoms are, okay, this is supposed to be, this particular line should be in the past tense again. And then this will be present tense will be used here. This will be present tense, but father died will be past tense. Those who are not good at writing, father died will be past tense. Then all these things will be in the future tense and the present tense together. You can write them, present and future tense. Always remember, you have to take all these things together. See, take all of them here, take this, and this also should be taken. And then that means, listen, I tell you, 1 second. You have to take this one from here and place it somewhere here. And this will be the first block, this one. This will be the one. That means second paragraph, if that paragraph is going to be a big one, you can cut the paragraph into two, but make sure that only past tense will be used here. Only past tense. Okay, so the second paragraph will start like this one. Miss Chaplin Chaplin presented, or first presented, Chaplin first presented on 12th April, no, sorry, March, I think, March 2024, with insomnia, during the consultation, comma, she admitted that this admitted is not the other admitted of taking over the counter medicines. Don't write any short forms in the letters. Medicines. You can write, but not all of them. Medication for sleep. Past medical history report. Okay, she admitted of taking over the counter medicines. Yes, this way you can go on and write the second paragraph. This is how we write the second paragraph, and then complete all of them, and write everything in the past tense only. This area will be past tense. Now you can go to one more paragraph, like that is 20th, that is after 2 weeks. No, exactly not after 2 weeks, after 1 week, or after about 8 days, she represented with the same conditions persisting, after a week's relief. Then this also should be completely past tense. If you give me time, I can write the whole letter, but it will take time. Okay, so just write everything only in past tense. Okay, for which vitamin B12 or 1000 microgram daily was prescribed, something like that. Okay, then the writer. Okay, then this way you complete all the past tense, then go to the present tense. Like for example, here today she was presented by her father, by her mother, and then write everything present tense. You are entering the present tense, and after completing all the present tense, you will be going to the past medical history. Another paragraph will start this way. Please note, comma, Miss Chaplin's father died a year ago after suffering Parkinson's disease and mild epilepsy. Okay, then this is the past medical history, which will be in the past tense, completely past tense. So we have got this method completely explained here. Right, with the second paragraph will start with the past. Whatever the past you have, write the past completely. If you have one more past, write this way. Whatever the past you have, then enter this way, and then write the present. Again, go to the past medical history, then come to the this one, and then complete the letter this way. This is known as the W method. We are using W method only because just one line of past medical history is there. So what is the benefit of this method? You will not mix tenses together. One of the biggest problems that you commit is mixing tense together. Sometimes some people will write some past tense and then some present tense. That way they will write. No, there should be an order for that. At the end of this letter, if you have any concerns, if you need any information about Ms. Chaplin, if you need any further information about Ms. Chaplin, kindly contact me. Yours faithfully, Charles Nurse. So I think I have very clearly explained this Mellon's method completely to you. And this is known as the Mellon's method of writing letters. All the best. Please complete the letter now based on what you have learned today, and then submit the letters to me and to your teachers, to your trainers. All the best. The next class will be at 12 p.m. See you. Any questions, please? You can ask me now. Anybody, any questions? Sarah?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this window para, you told that he has version, you know, there is any grammar. He has version or
I'll get you, Sarah. What is that? Shiji. Okay, Shiji, please. What was that? Others, you can leave the class. If the thing is very clear, you can leave. Others, or else you can stay here for a few more seconds and while I answer this question. Shiji, what was that?
Sir, I have one doubt. You told Indo is he has version, you know, that has been versioning or has version.
Has been worsening is also completely fine. Has worsened is also completely fine. That is depending on the situation. If you are writing the present continuous tense or present perfect continuous tense or such a, if you want to show some kind of continuity, has worsened is also fine. Has been worsening is also fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, maybe your question is not, I think you're not completely convinced about this. If you are still having confusion, you can call me privately after 4 p.m. every day. Okay, you can call me privately.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else? Anybody having any question, please ask me. Okay, if you're first time here, okay, just stay for a few days. Maybe within 1 week's time, you will have no questions at all. Okay, that is the end of this class. I have to proceed to my other classes. See you then by 12 p.m. Bye-bye.